We're the only electric utility company to meet Louisiana's reliability standards for each of the last 25 years. And last year, we kept the lights on more than 99.9% of the time. That's what keeps CLECO energized.
Hey, good morning, everybody. The Gina camera absolutely showing out this morning, so I had to show you that first. It's 85, 86. Look at that. It updated, as I said, at 86 degrees right now. Dew point, a disgusting 78. And that's the view from about 250 feet up, looking out there and seeing some clouds, some low clouds popping. You can see those high clouds that are above that, and multi-layered cloud cover. If you're ever in a plane, you'll notice sometimes you fly through that first deck of clouds and you hit another one or two on the way up. Depends on where the atmosphere's where it's saturated and where we have lift in the atmosphere. Here is our new camera that is installed, and it's a good thing because we had a glitch with the other Alexandria camera, so it's down until probably tomorrow or Friday. This is the Rapides Regional Medical Center camera that's looking out over the Red River, and as you can see right now, things are looking pretty good. Just some low clouds out there that we're seeing right now, but a great view of the river, and we thank them for partnering up and allowing us access to get up there on that roof. Good morning, everyone. I see you there. How you doing? Here's what we're looking at on radar. Some severe storms, actually severe thunderstorm warnings up there, pushing toward Broken Bow, Oklahoma. So if you're heading up there, or if you're up there, it looks like some big storms. And then some severe thunderstorm watch in western Arkansas and part of southeastern Oklahoma. The models have been terrible, as they are with this kind of stuff. So what I think we're going to see is a weakening trend on this as it heads our way, but you'll see what we're looking at here as we get a little bit further into the show as to what I think is going to happen here. So yeah, we have warnings now that are stretching down there almost into McCurtain County, Oklahoma. That the big line of storms there, it's kind of solidifying once again up there around Fort Smith over to Conway. So we'll be watching this for later this afternoon to see exactly what this does with all that heat and humidity out there. And we do have that marginal risk for severe weather in effect now. So temperatures now from about 82 to 86 degrees. Again, dew points in the mid to upper 70s. So we are feeling a lot warmer than what we're seeing on the thermometer. 87. That's where we're going to start at, or that's where we're going to be at next hour. 95 looks like around for your forecast high. Mid to upper 90s. They popped it up to 100 in Natchitoches, so it's possible if you avoid the rainfall, you see that. But I think we stay below 100 today. It's those small victories. Mid 70s tonight, and then overnight lows near 80 down to the south. Now, we still have a heat advisory in effect. That rain's going to help us a little bit today, so they did trim the advisory back on those southern parishes there. I do think that we're going to see thunderstorms moving in from the northwest, at least an outflow and some cloud cover, some debris cloud cover off at the top of this. So that should keep us down in the mid 90s today. Thunderstorm chances do pop up around 4 p.m. here. I think maybe even a little sooner in the northern parishes. And here is what we're looking at now on the future cast. This is going to take us through today and into tomorrow. This is a pretty complex little setup here. So thunderstorms to the north, going to push an outflow to the south. Now the question is then, do we have enough upper support? Do we have enough instability to get these storms to continue developing on that outflow? And I think we do to a degree. So here's what this model's showing. It shows that we see at least some storms popping in the southern area ahead of this. So after that, you can see how things are just kind of scattered out there, but some pretty significant development as we see that actual wave move out of Arkansas into the area overnight. So we could see some late night, early morning type storms. And then tomorrow, this model really kind of highlights the morning time. And that's what it's been really kind of locking in on. As I said, the performance has not been great, but it has been showing these thunderstorms more likely tomorrow morning. So we're going to have to see how this all breaks down later today. Do we get a round of storms today and tomorrow, or is it just going to be one or the other? So we would take whatever we can get as long as there's no severe weather. And then you see by Friday, things do quiet back down. But there is more hope after this. Your 7-day rainfall outlook. It's not looking great, but I think we're going to see some higher totals than this. The heavier stuff going to be to the southeast, so a quarter to a half an inch. That's kind of a broad brush average, but I think we see that today and tomorrow. So I think this is running a little light, but when you've been dry, I think that's kind of the best course of action to keep things a little dry, so it's a nice surprise if we do see some rain in the area. And here's your proof that the Earth is not flat. We have the globe view of the satellite showing the tropics right now, and you see a couple of blobs there, one coming off of of Africa. That other one is the one I'm watching, the one west of that. And you'll see what we have on the tropical outlook in just a second. But that wave right there, that's really showing up in models here over the next several days. It looks like by the time it gets out here, I don't think you can see this, but those Lesser Antilles, that little chain of islands right there, as we flip into July, that's when I think this system could be getting its act together. Now, this time of year, the Eastern Caribbean Sea, so once it crosses these islands, it's kind of what we call the graveyard for tropical systems. It really eats them up. We have that drier air flowing off the coast of South America. Typically, there can be some wind shear, things like that. So we'll watch this system. Models do kind of go haywire once it gets into the Caribbean. It either hooks it out to sea, keeps it west, buries it into Central America, and of course, there are those scary scenarios where it comes up this way, but that is very, very low likelihood. We're looking way out there. But we do have two yellow blobs on the map now. The first one I'm not really concerned about at all. That one that's closer to home. That one out there further is the one that I'll be watching. It is now up to a 30% chance for development, and I'll be watching it all, of course, but that's the one I'm a little more concerned with. And here is your severe outlook for today. We have that marginal risk here, a little higher risk to the north where we already have storms going, and it looks like they'll have a better chance of holding together. So finally, something to talk about. Hey, how's that? We have mid-90s in your forecast for the rest of the forecast period. I took rain chances up to 60% today and 70% tomorrow. I think today it's more an afternoon evening thing, and then tomorrow it's an early morning until about noon deal. That's the way it's looking to me right now. Friday and Sunday we see the drier conditions roll in, though we don't zero rain chances out. It does look like moisture builds back in for Sunday and Monday, so it'll be hot, it'll be humid, and we'll see some scattered storms in the forecast. And soak it up, folks, because it's going to be hot from July 4th to July 10th. It always is, but we are going to see hot and dry conditions. So hopefully we get some of this rain. With all the 4th of July festivities going on, it seemed to last like 10 days around the holiday. We want to be safe with all that stuff. But yeah, it looks like we're going to dry out here around the 4th. Actually, after this 7-day, it looks pretty dry. Of course, we're watching the tropics, but we don't want rain that way, as you very well know. So I'm going to get out of here tomorrow. I think I'll be on earlier. We're heading down to that Farm Bureau convention in New Orleans. So I'm going to keep the live set up, the mobile live set up, and we'll be talking weather and all that good stuff every morning. But I just wanted to let you know tomorrow's timing could be a little bit weird. Today I was a little late because my nephew called and needed help moving a piece of furniture. So you never know what's going to happen around here. All right, I'll see you back here. Hopefully not for severe weather warnings, but that is possible that we see a couple later today or perhaps early in the morning. If nothing else, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a great Wednesday.